Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dinesh Mishra from Lakshmi Prasad Memorial Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Welcome back in this class. Today, I am going to discuss about the previous year question paper of class 10 science, which is based on 2019. In the previous lecture, we have already discussed about the previous year question paper of class 10 science 2019. In this video, we will discuss about the remaining question of class 10 science, which is based on 2019. So now let us start the first question of in this video, that is the question number 21. Draw the pattern of magnetic field lines produced around a current carrying straight conductor passing perpendicularly through a horizontal cardboard. State and apply right hand thumb rule. To mark the direction of the field lines, how will the strength of the magnetic field change when the point where magnetic field is to be determined moved away from the straight conductor? Give reason to justify your answer. So here, according to this question, draw the pattern of magnetic field lines produced around current carrying conductor. So according to this question, here is the right hand thumb rule or Maxwell thumb rule. According to the Maxwell thumb rule, the direction of the magnetic field lines will depend on the direction of the current. We know that the direction of the current, if in upward direction, the direction of the magnetic field lines in anti-clockwise. So according to this question, we will draw the diagram, the pattern of magnetic field lines produced around a current carrying conductor. Suppose that take one cardboard here, and spread the iron filling, and a wire straight wire connected through a battery, positive. The direction of current is positive terminal to negative terminal. So here is the direction of, a cardboard connected through a wire and also connected through a battery. Here is the current flowing through positive terminal to negative terminal. The current direction of the current, if the direction of the current in upward direction, so according to the Maxwell right hand thumb rule, the thumb indicate to the direction of the current and the curved finger represent to the direction of the magnetic field lines. Suppose that the direction of the current in upward direction and thumb also indicate to the direction of the current. If the direction of the current in upward direction, then finger curved in the anti-clockwise. Means the direction, here is the direction of the magnetic field lines in anti-clockwise. If the direction of the current in upward direction, anti-clockwise. So according to this question, what is the direction of the magnetic field lines? If the direction of the current in upward direction, so according to the Maxwell right hand thumb rule, the thumb indicate to the direction of the current and curved finger is also denote to the direction of the magnetic field lines. If the direction of the current in upward direction, so here is the curved finger, direction of the curved finger, that is the anti-clockwise. So it is clear that when the iron film is spread over cardboard, so here is the connected to the battery, then the direction of the current in upward direction. So the magnetic field lines, the direction of the magnetic field lines is anti-clockwise. If the direction of the current in downward direction, then magnetic field lines also, direction of the magnetic field lines indicate to the clockwise. So here is the right answer of this question. If the direction of the current in upward direction, the magnetic field lines, direction of magnetic field lines in anti-clockwise. If the direction of the current in downward direction, the direction of the magnetic field lines is clockwise. In the next part here is the how will the strength of the magnetic field change when the point where the magnetic field is determined to move away from the state conductor. So here is the strength of the magnetic field is inversely proportional to the distance from the observation where the point, means the strength of the magnetic field is inversely proportional to the distance of the point of observation from the wire. So it is clear that the strength of the magnetic field is inversely proportional to the distance, and strength of the magnetic field also depend on the electric current, means the magnetic field is directly proportional to the electric current. If the current increases, the strength of the magnetic field also increases. So now the next question of this question paper. The next question, the power of a lens is +5 diopters. What is the nature and focal length of this lens? So power of this lens is 5 diopter. Clear? What is the nature and focal length of this lens? At what distance from this lens should an object be placed so as to get its inverted image of same size? So here is the power of this lens is +5 diopter. So according to this question, the question is what is the nature and focal length of this lens? So the relation between the power and its focal length is P equal to power equal to 1 by F. Means power is reciprocal of the focal length. If the focal length in meter, that is the relation between the power and its focal length, P equal to 1 by F. If the focal length is in the meter, centimeter, then power equal to 100 by F centimeter. If the focal length given in the centimeter, then relation between the power and focal length P equal to 100 by F centimeter. So according to this question, The question is, what is the nature and focal length? So, put the value of the power here, 5 equal to 100 by f, then f equal to 100 by p, 100 by 5, 20. Here is the focal length is the 20 centimeter of this lens. So here is the focal length of this lens is 20 centimeter or plus 20 centimeter or plus 20 centimeter. The positive side, what is the nature? According to this question, what is the nature and focal length of this lens? So the right answer of this statement, the focal length of this lens is the 20 centimeter. And what is the nature of this lens? Means lens is the converging or diverging. Convex lens are concave lens. So according to the sign of this focal length, that is the positive. And positive sign, if the focal length is the positive, then lens will be convex lens. So here the lens is the convex lens. So it is clear that the focal length of this lens is the 20 centimeter and the nature of this lens is the convex lens. So positive sign indicate in the lens will be convex lens and focal length of this lens is the 20 centimeter. So now the next part of this question, according to this question, at what distance from this lens should an object be placed so as to get its inverted image of the side? So according to this question, at what distance from this lens should an object be placed at to get inverted image of the same size? If the image is inverted and same size, so here is the magnification. So here is the magnification. So here is the focal length is 20 centimeter. So here, according to this question, the inverted image of the same size. If the image is inverted and same size, so here the magnification is -1. If the image is inverted and same size, the magnification of that is the -1. So here the magnification, the formula of the magnification is the minus v by, so magnification m equal to v by u. So the value of the magnification is the -1, then v by u equal to -1. So here the cross multiplication of this statement, then v equal to minus u, means the object distance and the image distance will be same and in opposite direction. Next, we will apply to the lens formula 1 by f equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. So here is the focal length is the 20 centimeter. So here is the focal length 20 centimeter and v equal to minus u. Then in the place of image distance is object distance. So here the value of v equal to minus u, then 1 by f equal to 1 by v, that is the v equal to minus u, put the value of v equal to minus u, then 1 by minus u, that is the minus u, then u and minus 1 minus 1, that is the minus 2 by u. So here is the 1 by f equal to 1 by f equal to minus 2 by u. Then u, the cross multiplication, u equal to minus 2 f. Then the focal length of this lens is the 20 centimeter. I have to put the value of the focal length here. So minus 2 into 20, that is the minus 40 centimeter. That is the object distance is the minus 40 centimeter. So that is the right answer of this question. According to this question, at what distance from this lens should an object to place? So according to this question, the object distance is the minus 40 centimeter. Means the object is placed at 40 centimeter from the lens. So that is the right answer is the minus 40 centimeter, and the focal length of this lens is the 20 centimeter, and nature of this lens is the convex lens. So now let us start the next question of this question paper. Next question, question number 26. Draw the path of ray of light when it enters one of the faces of the glass slab at an angle of nearly 45 degree. Label on it angle of refraction, angle of emergence, and lateral displacement. So draw the path of ray of light when it enters one of the faces of a glass slab at angle of 45 degree. So here the diagram here, take one glass and angle of incidence here is the 45 degree, that is the 45 degree, 45, that is the normal, and bend towards the normal. So here the incident ray, that is the main angle with the normal is 45 degree, and the angle of incidence is the 45 degree. Then when the ray of light travels in air to glass, then the ray of light bend towards the normal, and that ray of light is called the refracted ray. And here is the make the angle of with the normal, that is called the angle of refraction. So here is the next, in the ray of light travel in the glass to air, that ray of light is called the emergent ray, and make the angle from the normal, that is called the angle of emergence. So here the angle of incident, angle of refraction, and angle of emergence. So now next part of this question, the lateral displacement. So here the lateral displacement means the perpendicular displacement of the original path of the incident ray and emergent ray. So that is called the lateral displacement. If the extended in the incident ray, the original path of the incident ray and the emergent ray, and perpendicular distance between the incident ray and the emergent ray, that is called the lateral displacement. So this diagram shows the incident ray, refracted ray and emergent ray. So now the next part of this question is a student traces the path of a ray of light through a glass bridge as shown in the diagram. The diagram shown here as shown in the diagram, but leaves it incomplete and unlabeled. Redraw and complete the diagram. Also label on it angle I, angle E, and angle R and angle D. So here is the draw the complete ray diagram here. So here is the incident ray and also the ray of light travel from the 8th class. The ray of light bent towards the normal. So the ray diagram here is the. So here is the complete ray diagram here. The incident ray, that is the angle of incidence I and angle of reflection, and that is the angle of emergent. Here the angle of deviation means the emergent ray and the original path of the incident ray. The angle between this is the angle of deviation, and it is denoted as the capital D. Any angle of deviation, the emergent ray and the angle of original path of the incident ray, the angle between this is that is called the angle of deviation. So here is the complete ray diagram here. So here is the remaining question of this question paper. We will discuss in the next video. Thank you.